Good morning and welcome. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 26th day of October 2021. I am your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, controversy, speculation, sarcasm, and occasionally sadness. And today is one of those days where I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this has just gone too far. Can't we all just get back to playing a game? So if you're not aware, there was a very threatening cyberbullying email sent to TSR and other companies last night, including fellow YouTuber, the Evil DM, regarding how TSR conducts their business. And in response, TSR did the right thing. They contacted the authorities, they contacted the FBI's Department of Cybercrimes. They made sure all their employees are safe. Doesn't matter where you lean on the political spectrum, whether you agree or disagree, like, dislike, want the current incarnation of TSR to succeed or want the current incarnation of TSR to fail. This continues to happen in the industry. And I know we just did the thing the other day about the whole thing with one individual supposedly being threatened and the other guy saying, well, it wasn't really a threat, but this is very much a threat. So this is the email that was received by TSR and Wizards of the Coast. It is from Anonymous. We do not know if it is the actual cyber hacking organization Anonymous or another individual Anonymous. I wanted to pay very close attention to the wording of this. Also, they have a lot of links to Tanker's Tavern, which is unfortunately for Tanker's Tavern because they're being now dragged into this. You do not know us, and this email is being sent via an encrypted and trackless manner. Well, that's not true. Any email can be tracked, dude. We are trying to do you a favor. You think about staying away from TSR. They will bring new and upcoming game companies like you down. We see you are on their flyer for the event in March, which has been moved to the date only ... to suck money off of GaryCon. I doubt that. We suggest you do not go. You do not want us to get on Twitter and begin talking about Wizard's Tower. Be smart. So that is already considered sort of a threat. Just Lancer, the CEO, has a very checkered past. See links below. They claim to have the support of many old name players from the back in the old days, like Redacted, and they in fact do not. They went on a video log, the evil DM, who himself is a TSR paid thing. I don't know what a TSR paid thing is. Is that supposed to be Thug? The evil DM has posted a video where he interviews Mr. Lanza, and he has gone on record as saying he has never received a dime from TSR or anybody associated with that. TSR pays him huge money to make these interviews and, of course, never talk or dig too deep into the real issues. Lanza likes to claim he owns the trademark. He does not. He has caused a lot of old school, spelled S-K-O-O-L. I mean, even I know how to spell school. Original creative crew to back off. He does not know it, Redacted, and do not want the results we will deliver to those who side with TSR. Okay, that should have been does not want. Dude, I mean, come on, I'm dyslexic. I misspell things all wrong all the time, and even I can see how badly this is written. Your decision, but if you choose to side with, work with, or go to their event, you'll be considered the enemy of those out there who stand for trans rights, inclusiveness, and gaming. I stand for trans rights, inclusiveness, and gaming, and I'm completely against this cyberbullying. It needs to stop. You will sadly understand what it can be like to be the current thing on Twitter. Do you really think this would last 5 seconds on Twitter? Be smart. Back away from them now. Links on Lanasa are below. L-A-N-A-S-A. Okay, that's not how you would spell his last name. Failed politician, failed businessman. We do not want to destroy your business on Twitter and beyond, and beyond. We do not want to destroy your business on Twitter and beyond. So there's the implied threat. However, we cannot allow TSR to gain creatives and such. And then there's the link. So that's the cyberbullying email that is being investigated by local authorities and the FBI. I don't know anything about Tanker's Tavern other than it's a fellow YouTuber and has Discord, but apparently this guy is on Tanker's Tavern. These are some links to articles about Mr. Lanza, spelled Lanasa, and unfortunately for Tanker's Tavern, this individual has decided to include a link to them, which means they are now dragged into this. Here is the response from Wizards Tower on October 24th, 2021. Wizards Tower's game received an email from an unknown individual who stated that they would utilize social media to ruin and or harm our company if we continued our business relations with TSR Hobbies located in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We here at Wizard Tower Games wish to make it clearly known that cyberbullying on any level will not be tolerated. As a victim of cyberbullying, I totally agree. We do not let unknown entities who hide behind screen names and fake email accounts bully, threaten, or intimidate us. The email sent has been turned over to various law enforcement agencies, including the FBI. We are releasing a redacted copy of the email along with this press release. We are proud to work with TSR Hobbies, and we intend to continue to develop our relationships and plans with those of TSR Hobbies. We look forward to very soon releasing exciting news about TSR Hobbies and Wizards Towers games, and we feel that will cement our companies into a long and very proud relationship. Don, Principal Project Manager, Wizard Tower Games. And then we have the Evil DM, who has an interview with Mr. Lancer on YouTube. I will post the link down below. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, considering just a few days ago we went through this with Jay Scott and the implied threats. And yeah, you know, there is some aspect of nothing exists in a vacuum. And that would go to anybody else. You know, if I was cyberbullied, and I know, although the cyberbullying went too far with death threats, had I not said what I said, it would not have been misinterpreted, and those attacks would not have been made. You know, in regards to the bullying, Jay Scott says he's received. I've seen the video. I don't think there was an implied threat. It was basically somebody being silly who went too far. But again, had the individual in question not said what he said and not have been interpreted or misinterpreted incorrectly, that would never happen. And we have the same thing here with TSR. TSR said something. We don't know what they said. You know, we know there's a lot of stuff earlier this year about some letter that somebody wrote who wasn't really attached to TSR at the time about athletes. They got all people upset about trans rights, even though I don't think that's what he was trying to say. Because I read the letter and everybody was sort of attacking TSR at the time. And somehow that is snowballed into this. So does TSR play some role in this? Just like, did I play a role when I was cyberbullied and still remain to be cyberbullied to this day? Of course. I mean, had I not said what I said, it would never happen. Had thus not been whatever it was that caused this individual to get so angry not been said, then this was never happy. But, you know, rather than creating a intellectual discourse and debate and opening up doors to address the perceived issues of whatever it is this guy's up, trans right, inclusiveness in gaming, this individual, I guess, claims he is a champion of trans right, inclusiveness, and gaming. So I guess that means he has reached out to every single solitary trans right group in the world and asked them for their blessing in this. Also, once again, he takes a swing at the OSR because apparently, you know, anybody who doesn't play D&D one specific way is bad. We've seen that a lot on several other YouTubers who, you know, want to play the OSR for everything. And pretty much, if you look at it from one's perspective, the OSR is every single solitary game that isn't 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. So if every gamer in the world is responsible, and this guy's taking, saying we're the responsible for this and we're championing these issues, and if TSR continues to do what they're going to do, he is going to attack and destroy them in the name of trans right inclusiveness and gaming and cyberbullying. So whatever it is that TSR may or may not have said to begin this is not an appropriate response. And, despite all the silliness, the what happened with Jay Scott was not appropriate. What has been happening with other individuals is not appropriate. I obviously am guilty of sometimes occasionally saying things that it can be misinterpreted, and that is a result of why I get cyberbullied. And yeah, I have a role to blame in that. But there's no excuse for this. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The cyberbullying, threatening people's livelihoods, there's no excuse for cyberbullying. These problems can be resolved by simply talking to people and being willing to listen. Anyway, so that's the number one story. What do you think about this? And how do you think it would handle? Does anybody recognize this writing style? I think I do, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, yeah, it would have been nice to have some good news in relation to the hobby for once instead of this continued spiraling of bad news. And hey, I'm not completely innocent. I know I have said some less than flattering things about Wizards of the Coast, about, well, Lord knows, Critical Role, and I try to be better. Obviously, I'm an opinionated asshole, but I would never bully anyone. I would never threaten anyone's livelihood. I would never tell anybody not to support some things. I mean, I've said and done some stupid things with my own hubris, and I'm still trying to make up for them. It doesn't justify me being cyberbullying, and I have apologized. And, there's no excuse for this. There are better ways to resolve the issues and bring the toxicity that is plaguing our hobby to the end. It's days like this where I just don't want to have anything to do with gaming anymore. This is just sad and stupid and a pathetic attack of some individual to lash out about something they think they're upset about without really knowing anything and to get themselves attention. And all that's going to happen is they're going to drag Tanker's Tavern down with them. They're going to be tracked. They're going to get in trouble. And it's going to end up just being bad for the hobby in general, for everybody involved. So nothing but support and good wishes for TSR and Wizards Tower going forward. Anyways, that's the news. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you have any comments on this, let me know. If you recognize the writing style, please contact the authorities involved. If you never want to hear me talk about this ever again, let me know. Support, subscribe. Have a great day. Stay warm. Happy Halloween. Talk to you later. This is just, and I'm sure somebody's going to say something negative about me posting about this, so content warning.